I'm Carol Kido Jr. with the news at 6. In this edition, Electoral Commission prepare for 2027 elections, funding for fisheries in Manu starts, and Lewa's named team for Nepal tour. The Ora provincial government is taking a tough stand on law and order in Popondetha by approving heavy fines and jail terms for illegal street activities. Ora Provincial Administrator Trevor Magay said the decision follows the urgent need to restore public order, protect public health, and regulate unplanned trading. Under the new rules, illegal street vendors, betel nut sellers, and those involved in public nuisance or unsafe food sales can be fined up to 10,000 kina or jailed for up to 3 years. Trading will now be restricted to approved market areas only. This allows consistent enforcement by police, inspectors, and the urban LLG. Residents of Nickens Street in Morata 3 have closed off the Morata 3 Wildlife Way Road, citing years of neglect, unsafe road conditions, and growing concerns of petty crime. The road closure follows long-standing issues faced by residents, including the absence of running water for more than 12 years. Poor drainage along Nickens Street has caused severe road damage, leading to large pools of water forming across the roadway.
As the residents of Nickens Street, we've had no running water for 12 years. This also has led to petty crime when vehicles slow down to maneuver the big pools that have been created. This is just, we can't take it anymore.
According to residents, the failed drainage system has also exposed underground water pipes. These pipes are now being damaged by continuous vehicle movement, further worsening water supply problems and increasing maintenance risks.
Until the drainage and the road is repaired, until it's visibly underway, our well-being as citizens matter.
Residents say vehicles slowing down to avoid the flooded sections have become easy targets for petty criminals, putting motorists and pedestrians at risk. Community members say the situation has created fear and frustration for families living along the road.
Full stop close to here. All picnic like come to school here, I was walk about the mud now, so I go to school when I'm mad. Okay, the water stop, I'm producing mosquito, I can't get something, I can't see come up with. That's why people are passing this street, so Apple blow Mibla, member blow Northwest, lawyer boy Samuel, governor blow Mibla, NCD, please. You block come try now, help Mibla, now you fixing this road.
Residents insist the road closure is not meant to inconvenience the public, but to draw urgent attention to problems they say have been ignored for far too long.
Water pipe, that's how one shut him down the road and Bagara. You can look in Gogara, road and pass. You will shut him down. Community passing the road.
And that's all monkeys are come now. One fighting more drivers will come. Now then this time affecting people community because police are come now. And people communities are affected with the side of petty crime.
The Morata 3 Wildlife Way Road will remain closed until authorities begin drainage and road repair works as they continue to call for urgent intervention to restore safety, access, and basic services. The University of Goroka has received a 100,000 kina check from Papua New Guinea Science and Technology Secretariat in Port Moresby on Monday to support preparations for its landmark National Research Conference in July.
The University of Goroka will host the National Research Conference in July 2026. On Monday, a check of 100,000 was presented to the UOG Vice-Chancellor to support preparations for this meet. Vice-Chancellor Dr. Teng Waninga says UOG is resilient and ready to lead.
For trying to provide the initial seed funds for us to organize. I know it's happening in July, so it will be a busy year for us. But things are all good. We're ready. We can go as partners, and we love organizing conferences and things because I think we are ready for it. But thank you for choosing UOG, and we look forward to working with all of you.
Dr. Waninga revealed that a 5,000-seat auditorium is being built. It will be an important asset in hosting the conference next year. The facility is set to open in March 2026. PNG Science and Technology Secretariat CEO Dr. Kulala Mulong and Deputy Managing Director Benjamin Michael presented the check to Dr. Waninga.
You still have that energy to keep you going and keep you standing. You know, I just cannot imagine. And you have been standing like this for the last 3 or 4 weeks. I think that's quite stressful. But thank you. Me welcome you Plawan dem deslana. Me amas plomina. To acknowledgement lo desla by giving you lili cap strong to so long encouraging you na continue lo one dem desla walk about way plan. Thank you long. You welcome you long. RST, Science and Technology.
The check presentation marks a milestone in the preparations for science and technology advancement. Joanna Pile, TV1 News.
The Lay District, under the leadership of member John Rosso, has officially begun construction on another 18-1 classroom building at Milford Haven Primary School. This project is located in Ward 3 of the Lay Urban LLG. This new building is a major investment aimed at addressing the city's rapidly expanding student population. When completed, over 400 students will be able to learn inside. Construction work for similar 18-1 classroom projects is actively progressing at other schools across Lay, including Taraka Primary and Bugandi Secondary School. Mr. Rosso acknowledged the challenges of carrying out these necessary developments, stating that the project development team must attend to one school at a time due to limited funding. The Papua New Guinea Electoral Commission remains firmly committed to fulfilling its constitutional mandate to deliver safe, secure and credible elections for all citizens. Central to this is the preparation and maintenance of a reliable and accurate electoral roll, a cornerstone of any election process. In support of informed planning and dialogue, the PNGEC has hosted a national workshop on biometric voter registration a few months ago.
In line with global trends and regional developments, the PNG Electoral Commission acknowledges the potential of technology to strengthen electoral integrity. Change is imminent, and the Electoral Commission is prepared to accept and adapt to new innovations and technology by embarking on a system of voter identification and enrollment.
For us, mainly to do a debrief on the LLG elections that were currently conducted, looking at the different issues and challenges that we went through LLG elections, and then opt-in with recommendations and solutions to better the elections for future. And also preparing for the 2027 national election, looking at our key activities that will happen the first quarter, second quarter, and the remaining quarters of 2026 into 2027 election.
Acting PNG Electoral Commissioner Margaret Vagi said the government has expressed its desire for a biometric electoral roll to be placed by 2027, which seeks to address the roll issues in the country. In support of informed planning and dialogue, PNGEC hosted a national workshop on biometric voter registration a few months ago, which brought together over 400 participants, including provincial election managers, political leaders and civil society representatives and technical experts. The workshop allowed for constructive discussions on opportunities and risks related to the adoption of biometric technologies in PNG.
Government has been imposing on for 2027. We will be working closely with our NID team I guess you've heard that they've started in NCD already, 84 locations in NCD. So what we are going to do is to have access to their data to verify the names on the roll that we have. So in that way, we are correcting some of those names that we don't have. So
Vagi emphasized that while PNG-EC supports the exploration of biometric systems in principle, any such initiative must follow a cautious, phased approach.
LPV is the only voting system that we have in PNG. We are using LPV, and it's limited 1, 2, and 3. We're looking at current stages now. We'll have to get a roll in order.
She said come the 2027 election, voter identification is a key area of improvement, and with the biometric system, the Electoral Commission will work closely with the PNG Civil and Identity Registry and other developing partners to deliver the election. Vagi said time and available resources may not be adequate to implement a full biometric voter registration and biometric voting and counting system by 2027. Rushing this process carries significant risk and could divert critical funding and attention away from other essential preparations needed for a credible and orderly election. She said while challenges remain in improving elections and addressing voter concerns, the PNG-EC is committed to ensuring a successful outcome of future elections in PNG. Tracy Pa, TV1 News.
While Tokwa Airport in East New Britain is ready to accommodate Airbus A220 aircraft operations to ease peak period travel demands, Air Niugini has yet to confirm a schedule for the new A220s to service this route. The National Airports Corporation, in a statement today, said it is ready to facilitate the flights to Tokwa effective today on a temporary concession basis to help address the demand. NAC Managing Director and CEO Dominic Kaumu said this arrangement will provide additional capacity during the busy festive season. NAC can facilitate temporary night flight operations at Nadzab, Wewak, Momote and Kaving airports. However, this shall only be considered with advance notice from the airlines. Kaumu said that while night flight operations fall outside of NAC's normal operating hours and place an additional burden on NAC's resources, they are being facilitated to ease congestion and improve passenger movement during the peak period. This is TV1 News. We'll have the day's other stories when we come back. Stay with us.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, BSP's OneTalk wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at BSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our OneTalks, to our family, to the ones we love. BSP's OneTalk wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
Meet YumiPay, your digital wallet from TISA Bank. Your gateway to seamless transactions. Withdraw cash anytime at your nearest TISA agent. Send money to family and friends anytime, anywhere. Top up and pay with just a scan. From taxis to coffee and small businesses, YumiPay makes every payment simple. YumiPay, powered by TISA Bank.
New Fabuloso Multi-Purpose Cleaner with an irresistible fragrance that lasts all day long, creating a field of flowers in every corner of your home. With an irresistible fragrance that lasts and lasts all day long. Fabuloso Irresistible Fragrance.
Hiya, Mama. You wait then, but me add him special flavor.
more flavor, put in more taste. Magic kakaro, get up and big smile on face. Time for kim chicken, a great kumutu. Sip, sip, the moo, yes, magic on you.
Maggi, the taste PNG loves.
Hello from the highlands. Here, the mountain air invigorates your soul. Lush green forests, wonderful wildlife, and cascading waterfalls. When you visit, everyone from the pickaninnies to the aunties and the boo-boos are always happy to welcome you into the comfort and safety of world-class hotels and guest lodges. Amazing adventures, warm hospitality, rich culture, and friendly people that just can't wait to say, there's fly, play, and stay packages to suit your budget. See how we can get to know each other at papuanewguinea.travel.
The NBA on ESPN is happening now. We don't know who's going to catch fire or who will shock the world, but we do know that for tip-off, Christmas, finals, and everywhere in between, ESPN is your home for hoops.
Welcome back. The European Union delegation to Papua New Guinea has announced the signing of two significant agreements. The contribution agreement strengthening Papua New Guinea's civil society organizations project with the United Nations Development Programme in PNG, and the grant agreement Cocoa Connect empowering cocoa farmers in Bogia for market success with World Vision PNG.
The European Union signed agreements will see to the 3-year cocoa project with a budget of 1.5 million euro and estimated 7 million kina. The EU is strengthening its partnership with Papua New Guinea and its collaboration with key implementers such as the UNDP and World Vision.
This is the first time that as ambassador I sign grant and contract agreements with our partners here in Papua New Guinea. But of course, the EU delegation has been present in the country since 1977, and we have been working extensively together with the authorities, with civil society, with the UN organizations, because for the European Union it has always been very important to have partners, trusted partners with whom to implement our projects in different areas. And of course, agriculture, civil society, climate change, human rights, these are things that we have been working on for many years.
Agriculture plays a critical role in PNG, providing subsistence livelihoods to much of the population and forming the backbone of the country's social and economic structure.
We have been working together with World Vision also in the past. Actually, with most partners who are currently present in Papua New Guinea, at one point in time we probably have worked together because we have been here since 1977 in many areas, so we have a lot of partners. For this particular project, which is about small cocoa producers in Bogia district in Madang province, World Vision was the best suited implementing partner. We cannot implement our projects ourselves because we are a small team, we are far away from Europe, so we normally work with implementing partners. And for this particular project, World Vision was the best suited to work with.
In Papua New Guinea, civil society organizations are essential, especially in remote and underserved regions where development agendas are prevalent. Special attention will be given to grassroots, women-led and youth-focused organizations, ensuring that most marginalized voices are heard in PNG's development discourse. The project will start in the new year 2026 and will run for 2.5 years, concluding on 31st March 2028 with a budget of 1.4 million euros, approximately 5.6 million kina. Tracy Pa, TV1 News.
The long-awaited Rauke Fisheries project in Manus has taken its first major step forward, with 6 million kina presented by the National Fisheries Authority as part of a 13 million kina government commitment. After years of planning and delays, the long-awaited Drauke Fisheries and Port Development Project in Manus Province has finally moved forward. The National Fisheries Authority has released 6 million kina, marking the first stage of a 13 million kina commitment made by Prime Minister James Marape to support fisheries-led development in the province. The funding is part of a whole-of-government approach aimed at developing Drauke Port Township into a fisheries and industrial hub. NFA Managing Director Justin Ilakini said the release of funds is an important starting point, acknowledging the long wait by Manus leaders and communities. He said the 6 million kina will be provided over the next 5 years as part of the broader commitment.
But I think the most important thing this morning is a start of that process of giving a 6 million for the next 5 years.
Fisheries Minister Jelto Wong highlighted Manus's vast ocean resources, saying the province's future economy must be built from the sea. He stressed the importance of protecting Manus's pristine marine environment while ensuring local people benefit directly through the reforms in the fisheries sector.
The same landowner program we have on the land for gas, gold, all these things, is the same program that we should put onto the sea when we are selling our resource to export our resources. I'm very thankful to the MD who's leading the way in ensuring that the amendments are made within the Fisheries Act, as well as even in our own Government Act, to ensure that we place some sense of landowner programs for the coastal areas. And we should lead the way with Manus.
Manus Governor Charlie Benjamin welcomed the funding, describing it as a crucial step toward unlocking investment and development. He said the money will help resolve land matters and move the project into its next phase, paving the way for industrial growth outside the provincial capital.
We only have sea, and if we can get our fishing going, then we can use the infrastructures from the fishing to help build infrastructures for tourism, which I feel that we also have the ability.
With funding now flowing, leaders say the Drauke project can finally move from planning to action, bringing hope for jobs, infrastructure, and long-term economic growth for Manus Province. The Bausen International Holdings Limited was granted a full special economic zone license. This marks another step forward in the government's agenda to drive foreign direct investment and economic diversification in PNG.
Following a rigorous assessment process, the Special Economic Zone Authority has approved and granted a full SEZ license to Bison International Holdings Limited. This was announced during a media conference held yesterday in Port Moresby. Bison International Holdings is a prominent Chinese-backed real estate developer with a proven track record in large-scale mixed-use developments. Their flagship project, the Bison New Chinatown at 5 Mile in Port Moresby, represent a massive confidence in investment in the nation's capital. CISA Board Chairman Dr. Lawrence Saucy said the granting of the license empowers the developer to accelerate its major infrastructure projects with the backing of state incentives, ensuring streamlined operations and fiscal certainty.
Investment, and it will see the economic diversification of PNG's economy through such investments like the Bausen International Holdings Limited.
Sauce said the developer is set to transform the urban landscape of Port Moresby, featuring a brand of high-end commercial retail spaces, residential apartments, hospital venues, and cultural tourism precinct, with a total project value of 1.80 billion upon completion.
An independent licensing committee which vets all the applications for licenses and then does the due diligence check The committee also depends on the best expertise that it can source from outside to give independent advice to the committee in terms of financial modeling and other assessment in terms of the cost and benefit of the project before the advice of the licensing committee or the board is scaled up to the full board to consider the recommendation of the committee. And I'm happy to announce that this process has been completed and that Bausen Limited has complied with and has met all the requirements of being given a full SEZ license.
Bausen Executive Director Lois Lin says the organization looks forward to working with the government and stakeholders to deliver the SEZ project.
Our long-term commitment to Papua New Guinea and our confidence in the country's economic potential. We view the PNG Trade Center not only as a commercial investment, but as a platform for sustainable growth, job creation, and meaningful participation by local businesses. We look forward to working closely with the government and all stakeholders to deliver the lasting value through this SEZ project.
The Special Economic Zone Authority has expanded its portfolio to 5 major licensed SEZ sites. This includes Paga Hill SEZ for tourism and property worth 4 billion kina, Central Limestone SEZ for resources hub worth 5 billion kina, Sipak SEZ for tourism and mixed-use development worth 2.2 billion kina, Cochin Bay SEZ for steel fabrication and training worth 2 billion kina, and now Bausen International SEZ for urban mixed development worth 1.80 million kina.
Kerma in Gulf Province is the proposed venue to host the Papua LNG Development Forum, which is expected to be held early next year. The government is considering Kerma town after a ministerial visit to the province last month. The Gulf provincial government is ready to host the event with key areas undergoing development.
Kerma Town is preparing to host the upcoming Papua LNG Development Forum with more than 1,000 participants expected to attend from across the country. The forum will bring together government representatives, resource development partners and landowners from the Gulf, Central and Southern Highlands provinces. The event puts Kerma at the center stage of critical national dialogue on resource development. Member for Kerma and Minister for Finance Thomas Zopa has assured all stakeholders that planning and resourcing are underway to ensure the successful hosting of the forum. He said hosting the forum in Kerma is an opportunity for the province as resource owners to actively participate in decisions that will shape their future.
Good or no good, you must make him lawyer. No can feel emotion. We don't know facilities lawyer. All our people are accommodating people. They will not complain if all this one blood or no, still will cater for that. But importantly, we do it in Kerma. Everyone feels it. Already they did line lawyer, but feel emotion. They had a Papua LNG Development Forum here. It will be very memorable. Now can see him for next 5 to 10 years. I'm about thinking here. So was simply okay, Malsad lo, Alato, Coco po, Mosby. I'm all people living man married to but miss out here. So this time 1,000 man come and people are looking 1,000 people from 1,000 kina lawyer.
Opa said the forum will also inject direct economic activity into the local economy, benefiting local businesses, accommodation providers and service operators. To demonstrate the government's commitment, 40 million kina has already been released to support the hosting of the Papua LNG Development Forum. The decision to host the forum in Kerma was reinforced during a recent visit by Minister for Petroleum Jimmy Maladina, who inspected temporary facilities at local secondary schools, a mini-stage set up at Kerma Oval, and lodges and hotels in the town that are currently undergoing upgrades. The people of Gulf have been urged to take ownership of the forum and work together to ensure its success. OPA also called on Gulf landowner representatives living in Port Moresby to return home, reconnect with their communities, and participate directly in the Papua LNG development process. Susan Oreape, TVWAN News.
And now let's take a look at the finance news. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2355 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, our kina was buying $0.2280, $0.3405 Australian dollars, €0.1859 and 35.11 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, all commodities closed lower. Palm oil and copper closed the day unchanged. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed lower, the ASX closed lower, and all ordinaries closed lower as well. Stay tuned. TV1 News continues after these short messages.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSP's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSP's One Talk Wallet. PSP's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
Curly, straight, soft, wavy, afro, short, long, healthy. Palmolive Naturals for naturally beautiful hair.
It's formula infused with extracts like coconut oil, aloe vera and avocado to enhance your hair's natural beauty, giving you naturally beautiful hair that always looks gorgeous and smells great throughout the day. Palmolive Naturals.
Have a great hair day.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Find PNG made.
Hi.
Yes.
Can I get a loan for my PNV contract?
You need to fill out these forms, these ones, and then you can get back to me. Okay?
Hello? Hello? Anyone? Hi, I'm Kenny. Can I get a loan here?
Not here. Not right now.
Hi, I'm Kenny. Can I get a loan here?
Of course, Kenny. I'll take down your details. I'll help with the credit check.
Thank you.
And I'll help with the business plan.
1 car Kenny. 20 car Kenny. 1,000 car Kenny. FinCorp. Fast forward your finance from zero to hero.
Tell him shorty come get it in. Come grind on me, but mommy get loose, get loose, get loose. Pepsi in my hand, ice cold, no excuse. I tell him who's gonna bring the roof down. Pepsi with the fresh sound. Tell him who's gonna bring the roof down. Pepsi with that fresh sound. Pepsi, give me some Pepsi, Pepsi, you like it? Pepsi, you like it? Pepsi,
Long year 2024, 7 pla baby I born one time HIV. HIV I can go long baby long triple rot. Time bel mama I get HIV, long time long carrying baby, na time baby I susu. Tasol Yumi can help him bel mama, long look out him baby inside long bell. Go quick time long bel mama clinic, na kiss him antenatal check. Time Yumi pan him sick HIV ariap, or time bel mama I positive penis, early treatment I can save him baby. Give him baby healthy start long life. Stop him spread long sick HIV I go long baby. This lutok sawa I come long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Welcome back. The Teaching Services Commission today bid farewell to outgoing chairman and longtime educationist Samson Wangihomi after 45 years of service to education in Papua New Guinea.
Outgoing chairman of Teaching Service Commission Samson Wangihomi was appreciated and applauded for his accomplishments with the teaching service and the education department, more specifically for what he had done for teachers' benefits and awards.
There's a few remarks I'd like to make on the outgoing chairman. He was not here, so I will just acknowledge at the start, but let me thank again Mr. Wangyomi. Mr. Wangyomi is the heart and soul. If you want to see a teacher, you see it in Mr. Wangyomi. He cries at times for the teachers, and he screams at teachers too. Not because he's angry with them, but he's just frustrated of things that should be done are not being done.
Education Secretary Uke Kombra, on behalf of the National Education Department, presented a check of 10,000 kina to Wangihome as a going-away gift. NGI Director for TSC, Joel Lolu, shared the good work done by the outgoing chairman, who he said played a big role in the education sector.
Housing was never been a condition of employment. Today, I'm proud to say that under that leadership and that regime has presented a case making it possible to have housing as a condition of employment.
Director Lolu and his NGI team also had gifts to present to the outgoing chairman. Minister for Education Lucas Dekena said he aims to develop children to be God-fearing, law-abiding citizens who can sustain their lives.
The acting chairman, outgoing chairman, a change has occurred in his life. He built 45 years of his life, or he dedicated 45 of his life to education in various capacities as a teacher, administrator, and as commissioner in the Teaching Service Commission, and finally as acting chairman. But the change that we did not anticipate has occurred without us realizing. This is something that happened and it is imposed on you that you cannot change. For example, I want to go back to my old youthful years. Can I go back? A change has occurred. I've gone gray, I've grown wrinkles, but this is something that I cannot avoid because the change is happening. A change has occurred. That's the type of change that has taken place where our outgoing chairman has reached with compulsory retirement age of 65.
Frida Kana, TVWAN News.
In regional news, Pacific workers on temporary visas in Australia's Pacific Australia Labour Mobility Scheme often face underpayment and unsafe working conditions, but are too afraid to speak up for fear of losing their jobs, according to a survey by the Migrant Justice Institute. The PALM program employs over 31,000 workers from 10 Pacific nations in sectors like agriculture, meat processing, and aged care. A survey by the Migrant Justice Institute found widespread concerns about retaliation. While most workers said they would change employers after poor treatment, many remain silent due to job insecurity. They highlighted power imbalances within the scheme. Jewish Australians have been forced to endure a rise in anti-Semitism, and this terrorist attack is their worst fear realized.
The day after the terror attack in Bondi is still on edge. More than a dozen emergency workers swarmed a residential street, arriving within minutes after a suspicious object was spotted in the back of a car. Thankfully, it was a false alarm, but the moment reflected the mood of a traumatised community.
I'm scared to leave the house. I'm scared of a noise.
There's no words. Everything. I mean, you don't expect this to happen here, and it has, and it's really close to home, and it just shouldn't happen.
It doesn't feel like the land of the free anymore. It feels Australia's changed, and the Holocaust feels like it's here, right here in Bondi.
Locals have been building a makeshift memorial as they visit the scene to pay their respects.
This is our home, this is our children's playground. Our kids are here all the time. I mean, they could have been here yesterday afternoon.
Thinking of those who lost their lives and those who came close.
My son's friend, a family friend, he's 13 years old, he was shot in the shoulder.
Danny Degani bought these balloons to celebrate Hanukkah. They've now gained a new meaning.
They're sitting in a drawer, they should come here and just be here and bring light and a message of peace.
On a sunny day like this, Bondi Beach would usually be packed with people. Instead, it's virtually empty and the promenade remains a crime scene. But locals we've spoken to here today say they won't let this awful incident change the way they live.
There's nowhere for them to go. There's nowhere that's safer, really, you know, and we have deep roots here. This is our home and we'll continue to live. There's nothing else to do.
At a vigil, Jewish leaders were guiding the faithful through their pain.
This is a way that we can all unify. It just gives us something to do.
Rabbis wrapping their arms in prayer, while Jewish and non-Jewish Australians wrap their arms around each other.
The response to the attack across Australia has been strong and united. In South Australia, the local Jewish community says it stands in solidarity.
Australia's Premier side by side with the state's Jewish community as it mourns those lost in the Bondi terror attack.
Words cannot describe how we feel and how the majority of well-meaning Australians feel at this stage.
This was an act of unacceptable, despicable violence that is completely at odds with everything we are as a country.
As the community grieves, SA Police has vowed to ramp up its presence at Adelaide Oval ahead of the Ashes test this week.
This is done only as a precautionary measure, but it is appropriate that we are at a crescent sense of alertness just at the moment.
At this time, there are no linkages between the offenders for the Bondi incident and South Australia.
The Police Commissioner has reached out to his New South Wales counterpart to offer resources as investigations into the attack continue. Back home, Jewish leaders say they remain strong.
We will not fear the future. We will embrace the future and we won't allow our community, to be put in danger.
Meanwhile, in London, thousands of people have gathered for a candlelight vigil outside UK's Parliament.
Well, there's been a huge outpouring of grief here in the UK. It's home to the fifth largest Jewish population in the world. Close to 300,000 Jews live across the United Kingdom, and they have been paying tribute to the victims right across the country. I'm at a vigil which has been organised by Campaign Against Anti-Semitism, and the overwhelming emotion here is shock and horror as to what played out on Bondi Beach, but there's also anger that these types of attacks continue happening against members of the Jewish community. Among those killed was 41-year-old British-born Rabbi Eli Schlanger. He left the UK 35 years ago and has been the head of the Chabad mission in Bondi for 18 years. And of course, the UK has not been immune to these types of attacks. Just a few months ago, the Jewish community was rocked in Manchester with that attack on a synagogue.
It's absolutely heartbreaking. You know, a lot of people in the UK have close links to people in Australia. The rabbi who was killed was actually a rabbi who grew up here.
It's just awful, but it's not unexpected. And I think that it's down to governments to be strong.
Tributes have also been flowing at Australia's High Commission here in London. The acting High Commissioner, Elizabeth Bowes, led a lighting of the menorah ceremony, which is a traditional Jewish ritual that normally takes place during Hanukkah celebrations. She did that alongside members of the Jewish community. In her remarks, she said that the attack was a terrible act of violence and that it has no place in Australia, and that Australians must rally together in unity and resolve. We're also being told that police forces across the UK and Scotland have bolstered their presence in Jewish communities as Hanukkah celebrations get underway.
This is TVWAN News. Later in sports, Lay's 140 club claims the trophy and Valley Hunters showcase talent.
It's Smile O'Clock. It's Smile O'Clock. Gotta brush our teeth. Time o'clock. Did you have a nice day? Real good. Hanging out in the neighborhood. Had something and now it's time to relax. Put on some PJs after taking a bath. Wanna read a story, but look, it's Smile O'Clock. Gotta brush our teeth. Time o'clock. Before it gets late, yeah, all of us. Everybody's happy when we brush, brush, brush. It's Smile O'Clock. Smile O'Clock. Time o'clock. So brush, brush, brush.
Whether we're playing sport, exercising for fitness, being active for work or play, just having some fun, or just chilling, there is one name we can count on that we know will keep us going strong. Skell Rice. Healthy, nutritious, delicious medium grain rice full of vitamins and minerals. Skell helps us maintain a healthy, active lifestyle so we can enjoy every day.
Skell Rice.
Skell Life.
What would you say to 6 months free bonus credit? Wowee! That's right. Get the Wowee 4G LTE smartphone from Digicel and you'll enjoy 35 Kina bonus credit every month for 6 months, plus a whopping 50 gigs of data and 60 minutes free talk for 7 days. Hurry! Get your Wowee 4G LTE smartphone for only 199 Kina at a Digicel store or agent today, and say Wowee to a total of 210 Kina free credit. Only with Digicel.
Living in a village? No problem. No power? No problem. No TV? No problem at all. Now you can watch your favorite sports and entertainment shows right from your phone or tablet. That's right, it's mobile and convenient. So what are you waiting for? Download your Digicel TV app today. Watch TV any place, anywhere, anytime.
New South Wales lead the game. Oh, that's enormous margin.
Digicel TV app, PNG's #1 mobile TV app. Dial *675# or visit my Digicel app to buy your TV plan today.
Maligayang Pasko, mga kapamilya, sa Papua New Guinea.
Me and my best friend are about to spend the holidays in Malta.
What do you mean you're not coming? I spent more than half my savings for this trip.
If I were you, I would just come home.
I'm fine going by myself.
But you'll spend Christmas alone.
Okay, I really want you to take a picture of me.
It's fuzzy.
How about this?
Not really.
This?
It's still fuzzy.
This?
It's not just a sport, it's a way of life.
Really good with ball in hand and will score under the post.
Charging down the field, shot by Maka. How about that for defending? McCarthy Black takes them all on the outside and he's gotten away initially.
And now Faith Nathan slices between the New Zealand defenders.
And they're almost the way they are, PG. They're going to get the opener in the second half. One line break is enough. They live and breathe this game.
Welcome back. The PNG Football Association has cleared the air on Hikari United FC men's no-show at the Premier Soccer League finals held on Sunday, December 14th. Hikari United FC's failure to play the Premier Soccer League third and fourth playoff match against Ley City FC on Sunday has been attributed to an administrative oversight by the PNG Football Association. However, there was no real reason for Hikari's no-show on game day. PNGFA states that the association accepts full responsibility for the error that led to the match being abandoned. The matter will now go through due process with any fines or penalties to be imposed against Hikari United FC under the PSL competition regulations. Has reaffirmed its long-standing commitment to sports development in Papua New Guinea with the presentation of 500,000 kina to the Papua New Guinea Olympic Committee. Trukai's funding support today enhances partnership in sport to advance Team PNG's participation at international sporting events.
The tech presentation gives confidence in support for Team PNG and enhances the long-standing partnership between PNG Olympic Committee and Trukai for more than 20 years. Trukai presented a total of 500,000 kina to support Team PNG's upcoming international competitions. The funds were raised through the 2025 Trukai Fund Run, Team PNG's largest annual fundraising event, for which Trukai has been the naming rights sponsor since 2000. Trukai Industries Marketing Manager Peggy Maha said the contribution to Team PNG represents an investment in the dreams and potential of Papua New Guinea's athletes and heads Papua New Guineans to support the Trukai Fund Run initiative annually.
We host the Trukai Fun Run, and this year's Fun Run was again bigger than what we've seen since COVID hit and a lot of things were impacted. So we were happy to see the participation increase. This year we had 10 venues that hosted a Fun Run, and we had additional retail partners that came on board this year. So there was a lot of growth from previous years, and we're looking to ensure that we emulate that in 2026.
Trukai Industries has been dedicated to its partnership with the PNG OC as both organizations work together to inspire and unite Papua New Guinea through sporting excellence ahead of major international events in 2026. PNG Olympic Committee Corporate Manager Denzel Hagi said PNG OC still faces financial challenges to take part in international competitions, but Trukai's support always eases the financial burden.
Being an NGO, it's always trying to source funding to support our athletes. So that's the challenge that we face on. It's always on an annual basis. So when we get corporate support from the likes of Trukai Industries, it's a really big help and a boost to Team PNG. So you can imagine how many athletes have benefited from the support of Trukai for the last 25 years. You can imagine the numbers of athletes that have gone overseas to represent our country. So,
meantime, in an effort to raise funds for Team PNG, Trukai Industry is urging Papua New Guineans to support the 2026 Trukai Fund Run in a big way and looks forward to a bigger, better fund run next year. Michael Tamtipais, TV1 Sports.
A strong 15-woman PNG Lewis national side was officially announced today ahead of the Nepal Global Women's T20 qualifiers, scheduled for January 11th to February 2nd, 2026. On behalf of Cricket PNG Board Chairman Michael Harrison, National Selection Panel Chairman Hudson Lecker emphasized that the selection process was fair and based on merit according to performance, ability, commitment, and batting strength, which was evident throughout the campaign process.
The 15-woman PNG Lewis national side is led by co-captains Brenda Tau and Pauke Siaka.
Apart from that 15, one will not travel, but will join the team later on to travel to Nepal. That's Miss Melanie Ani due to work commitments. So she will be Miss Brenda Ellie will be replacing her just for that tournament. After the tournament, Melanie Ani will join them to Nepal.
The team lineup includes Naomi Vare, Hannah Thomas, Holland Doriga, Hane Lohia Tau, Gewa Tom, Martin Tom, Isabel Towa, Brenda Ellie, Dika Lohia, Sibona Jimmy, Kemal Frank, Konya Oala, Miria Rayo, Lesia Ray, Roli Mahuru, Loa Ranu, Krista Lai Alu, and Abigail Leka. Cricket PNG Board Chairman Michael Harrison said the tours marked a critical phase in the national women's team pathway to the global qualifiers. Board Chairman Harrison said that this announcement reflects Cricket PNG's continued commitment to high-performance preparation for PNG's women's national team. Under the same sponsorship arrangement, 5 young players will join the Levers for the Adelaide leg of the tour, providing them valuable experience and capacity building ahead of the Junior World Qualifiers, which PNG is proud to host in April. These 5 girls will return after the Adelaide tournament, while the Levers will continue on to Nepal for the ICC Women's T20 World Qualifiers.
So these 5 young ladies will accompany the Levers to build capacity and prepare them for the World Cup qualifiers in April, which we can proudly say that we are going to be hosting this in April in Port Moresby.
That the selectors and the captain and coach and the board as a whole is approved, and we are looking forward to the qualifiers and coming home with the result we expect. We believe in the coaches, the captain, and every single player that's part of the squad. Thank you.
PNG will compete against 10 teams. Only 4 teams will qualify for the ICC Women's T20 World Cup. Terry Long with TV1 Sports.
Tani Norris will not continue as head coach for the Women's National Rugby League team, PNG Orchids, for the upcoming 2026 Rugby League World Cup. This was announced by the Papua New Guinea Rugby Football League today. PNG RFL has expressed gratitude for Norris's impact during her tenure as coach.
With the 2026 Rugby League World Cup set to be hosted in Papua New Guinea and Australia in October and November 2026, PNG RFL will immediately commence a thorough recruitment process to identify and appoint the new head coach for the PNG Orchids. This transition marks an important step in the team's preparations as they look to build on recent achievements and represent PNG with pride on the world stage. The PNG RFL chairman Sandy Saka, on behalf of the PNG RFL and the rugby league community in PNG, thanked Norris for her dedication, experience, and efforts over the past years. Norris has played a significant role not only in leading the Orchids but also in developing the women's game across the country. Under Norris' leadership, the PNG Orchids in the last 2 years have participated in the Pacific Championships. Susan Oriape, TV1 Sports.
And that's all for sports. Now for the weather forecast. Southern region, Port Moresby, some rain showers with possible thunderstorms. Daru, cloudy with periods of rain showers and possible thunderstorms, clearing to mostly fine overnight. Alotau, partly cloudy periods with chances of few showers. Momase, Ley, rain showers with possible thunderstorms. Vanimo, mostly fine then cloudy periods with overnight showers and possible thunderstorms. New Guinea Islands, Lorengau, partly cloudy with some showers, clearing overnight. Kimbe, cloudy periods with rain showers with possible thunderstorms. And Highlands region, Mount Hagen, rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Goroka Bands and Kundiawa, cloudy with rain then rain showers and possible thunderstorms, then morning fog patches. Oceans forecast, Coral Sea, sea smooth to slight with east to southeasterly winds of 5 to 15 knots. Solomon Sea, sea slight with easterly winds of 5 to 15 knots. Bismarck Sea, sea smooth to slight with northwest winds of 5 to 15 knots. Pacific Ocean, sea smooth to slight with west to southwesterly winds of 5 to 15 knots. And coastal waters, waters of southern PNG and Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Island, Kerma, Yule Island, Hood Point to Samarai Island, Cape Vogel and Olmilin Bay Islands, seas 0.5 to 1 meter. Waters of Cape Vogel to Huon Gulf to Finchafen, waters of Manus and its western group of islands, and waters of New Britain and Bougainville, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. And that ends another edition of TV1 News. Thanks for your company. Good night.
The TVWAN News was proudly brought to you by
Are you ready to meet the best version of yourself?